To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. They want us to write a manifesto? What's a manifesto? I don't know. Is it a love letter? I think so. Dear feds, I think you're amazing. Yeah, start with that. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't... Oh God, hold on. Let me get through the sentence first. To save you a lengthy investigation, I state plainly that I wasn't working with anyone. To save a lengthy investigation, he would have stayed where he was and waited to be arrested, right? The reason I just laughed is because something I noticed before when I was reading this was they obviously Googled synonyms for the word simple. And I didn't catch plainly at first. And when I read this, I realized plainly is one of them. Plainly, trivial, basic, elementary. I've missed elementary. I'll get to that. So this was fairly trivial. They Googled a synonym for simple, but trivial does not work in this context. I don't think that Luigi would have thought that it was trivial. Trivial doesn't mean what they want it to mean in this context. Some elementary social engineering. Simple. But the problem with this little sentence too is a manifesto is written ahead of the act in case you get caught, right? And there's like an explanation for why you did the thing. What social engineering did he do prior to this, allegedly? This is written by someone who knows that social media is behind him. This is written by cops who know that social media is behind. Basic CAD, simple, another word for fucking simple. And this is, again, from the mind of cops who are just like, oh, those guys fucking Ivy League, everything's simple. Like, oh, we just did this little trivial this and an elementary that and a basic this. Really? What's the basic CAD, though? What CAD was involved in this? Was it the 3D printed gun? Does that fall under CAD? And a lot of patience. The spiral notebook, if present, has some straggling notes and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. What the fuck are you talking about? Again, this is the effort of some cop trying to, he's like imagining that this rich Ivy League kid just says things in like a dismissive way. Everything's simple, everything's trivial, everything's basic, everything's elementary. And, the notes are straggling. What the fuck does straggling mean? I was going to say it's not a fucking word, and I don't think it is. Straggle is a word, and it means like a small group organized in a disorganized fashion, like the stragglers behind us. What are straggling notes? That's not I read some of his fucking tweets. He was very well spoken and articulate. What the fuck are straggling notes? That is a word that this cop thought up as oh, there's just some notes, straggling notes, and then that and to-do lists that illuminate the gist of it. The imagination is not imaginationing, okay? And then this is where they hit a roadblock because they don't know anything about tech. My tech's pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. What are you talking about? A person who works in engineering wouldn't say, my tech is pretty locked down because I work in engineering, so probably not much info there. That's what a cop would think. Should we even try to look into his computers? Nah, it's probably pretty locked down. He does work in engineering. To the contrary, people who are in tech that I've ever met act as if everything is something you should know, right? If I've ever had to contact the IT guy, he says shit like I would just fucking know it. And I'm like, dude, I'm not in IT. I don't fucking know this stuff. He's like, oh, I mean, it's pretty basic shit, They wouldn't say, oh, it would totally go over your head or whatever because, it's IT. You wouldn't understand. He wouldn't assume that it's pretty locked down. He'd assume they could probably get into whatever the fuck they wanted to get into. This is, again, from the imagination of some fucking cops. And then we get to the stupid, I do apologize for any strife or trauma, but it had to be done. Okay, stupid, covered in the other video. But this part, either the last one didn't have the word frankly or didn't have simply, one or the other. I think they left out the frankly part. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. I don't think that Luigi would be say something frankly and simply at the same time. That's like weird. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. What? That's another telltale of someone trying to sound intelligent when they throw in like random words that like don't belong there either. Like that's an extra word that you don't need. It's either, frankly, these parasites had it coming, or these parasites simply had it coming. Not both of those things. It sounds dumb. He would never have said that, just based on his fucking tweets. And then it's like, they're just like, okay, let's wrap it up. It can't be that long. What's something that might like piss people off about the healthcare system? I don't know. Google it. Give me some stats. Give me some fucking healthcare stats that are appalling. Okay. A reminder, US has the number one most expensive healthcare system in the world. Yeah, we ranked number 42 in life expectancy. United States is the largest company in the... What? Like, they're not even trying, but they're trying so hard. And that's the depressing part about it. It's so obvious. And they're workshopping this like fucking story. And they're building a backstory and motivations, like the kinds of things that you might see in a writer's room, like for HBO, like they were like working on an HBO show and they're like, you know, and they didn't bother to fucking workshop it. And they just presented their first fucking draft to the masses and we're all like, the fuck are you doing?